So what I need to work on, well, what I am suffering from is controlling everything, not just physically, but in my mind. I think I can control it
Yes.
and grab it, and I just want to let go a little bit more.
Yes.
Letting go.
This is not your problem. This is universal problem. In illusion, we try to control the world. We try to control the situation. And more we try to control anything, more we are controlled. I give a simple example. A police guard is controlling a prisoner and he's transporting him from one town to another town overnight. That takes several hours. They have put the band so the prisoner is connected with the guard. Guard cannot sleep because he has fear that prisoner can do anything. He cannot sleep. Prisoner is at rest because he cannot go anywhere. He is already prisoner. This gives the idea prisoner surrenders. So we have to learn to surrender to supreme power and all the problems will disappear. So in life we try to control. How do we control? Anything we try to control, we use the mind. Not only mind, but intellect. When you try to control, you plan what to do, how to do, when to do. Then you get into the thinking pattern and your mind is like a monkey. It thinks about so many problems. So you think about different problems and try to solve them. And more you try to solve that, your mind becomes restless. How can a restless mind can find peace? Restless mind gets confused. And this is the common story. People use logic. They think logic will solve the problems. Logic doesn't solve any problem. The real solution is quiet the mind. There is no problem. Greatest problem is the restless mind. So the problem will increase when the mind is restless. Problems seem to disappear, mind becomes quiet. So when you realize the whole process, you will try to quiet the mind. And when you quiet the mind, as we did in the previous technique, when mind is quiet, it goes to the source. And the source is consciousness and Atman. Consciousness and Atman are universal. They have intelligence, cosmic intelligence, and not bound by time or space. So you are in touch with that quality which is intuitive. And you listen to the noise, sound. And the sound is clear. It shows you the direction. It gives you the confidence. Mind dissolves. So this is the process. Quieting the mind is the answer. So do something to quiet the mind. Simplest technique is observe the breath. Observe the breath without judging and analyzing. Do for a few moments and you will find peace. While you are driving, instead of thinking, observe the breath. And all other times when you are doing work at home, get involved into whatever you are doing and observe the breath. Where do people run for happiness? This is where everyone is running. One is running for happiness, finding it tomorrow, in the future, at retirement, at the time of vacation. The time doesn't come. People work all their life and they retire, but by that time they lose the capacity to enjoy life. And this is the general story. People don't think that they have to enjoy here and now. Enjoy each moment as is. Reality is here and now. If you think of the past and try to dwell on it, it will be dwelling on it. If you think of somebody said something, some of the memories, you will be lost into it. You will get into the chain of thinking. Only time you become quiet is learn to enjoy. How do you enjoy? Whatever you do, get involved into it. If you are eating, eat slowly with awareness instead of talking and arguing and doing something. If you are walking, walk slowly with awareness. If you are talking, talk slowly with awareness. Observe silence or mauna. That means you preserve your energy, not by talking too much, not by arguing or gossiping. All the energy comes in and distraction comes from seeing and hearing. And activity is by speaking. So control 5 sense organs, especially eyes and ears, and control your speech. Also control your motions, going here and there and grabbing this and that. These are the major activity. If you control your senses, you become introverted. What is introversion? Introversion is removing mind and intellect from going out using the 5 sense organs and 5 motor organs. Observe the breath and bring it back to the center. Center is deep within the heart where there is Atman. Atman is spark of supreme consciousness with all the qualities of supreme consciousness. If you remain attuned to Atman, you find bliss, you find peace, you find all the answers. You feel rooted into yourself, and then you would stop complaining. My misery comes from this person or that person, this situation or that situation. You already see that you are the co-creator of your destiny. You learn to be quiet. You learn to be alone and charge yourself. You don't need any stimulation to make you happy. People get involved into activities, money-making activities, social life, name, fame, power, just to find happiness. People want to find happiness by traveling, seeing places, by eating at fancy restaurants. But look at the fundamental thing. Whenever you find any kind of pleasure or happiness from eating, from seeing, for sense stimulation, sex, power, praises, whatever you get, what is it? It is only the experience, and that experience only for a moment. And when you get that experience, that moment, you are introverted. You forget who you are, where you are, your mind becomes quiet. This is the key of finding happiness, to dissolve the mind, get rooted into the self. And this is the greatest Maya. People know this, but cannot apply this. They think happiness is out there, in somewhere, something, some person. This is why they get attached. More we get attached, we become extroverted. And more we become extroverted, more we suffer. So being quiet and self-centered. Self-centered means within. We find peace and contentment. And think about who is the happiest person. what is the character of happiest person. Not who is a billionaire, most powerful politician, or most beautiful person, or most famous person. It is only external show. The most successful person is the one who found the contentment and peace, who found peace to be happy here and now without anything, because everything is within us. Just to recognize that everything, all the treasure is within. If you recognize it for yourself, you would stop running, and that would be the end of all the problems. Jai Bhagwan.